Today I want to do a video about the 4 universal firearm safety rules. We're going to discuss each one, we're going to name them, discuss each one briefly, and apply it to like dry fire practice. Alright, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first rule of firearm safety is know the condition of your gun. It used to say treat every gun as if it's loaded, but we're not really going to treat our gun that we have cleared and we have checked and know is cleared, like in dry fire practice. We're not going to treat that gun like we would if it was loaded, because you certainly wouldn't be, you've got a target pasted up. You're certainly not going to point a loaded gun at your wall. So, number 1, know the condition of your gun. Number 2, never point your gun at anything you're not willing to shoot. That's also worded like, never cover anything with the muzzle of your firearm that you're not willing to destroy. So a little different wording, but it means the same thing. Always keep your gun pointed in a safe direction. Number 3, keep your finger outside of the trigger guard and off of the trigger, high up on the slide or the frame, until your sights are on target and you're ready to fire. So that's number 3. Number 4, know your target and what's beyond your target. So let's use these 4 firearm safety rules in a scenario of I'm getting ready to do some dry fire practice. So I'm going to do 2 right off the bat because I want to figure out the condition of my gun. 2 right off the bat, I'm keeping it pointed in a safe direction, and I'm keeping my finger high on the slide, outside of the trigger guard and off the trigger. That's a safe direction, and behind me is a safe direction, or behind the camera. Not behind me, that way behind the camera. So keeping it in a safe direction, you're going to drop your magazine, always keeping your finger off the trigger. Remove your source of ammunition, which is your magazine. It's best to set that into another room. Get any ammunition out of the way if you're going to do dry fire practice. Don't even have it in the room with you. Run your slide a couple times and lock it open, and then you check. Nothing in the chamber. No magazine. Drop the slide, keeping it pointed in a safe direction. Pull the trigger. Now we're clear. We know that our gun is now clear. Now, talking about safety with your target and what's beyond it, you're dry fire practicing. Bullets can go through walls if you don't have a concrete wall home or steel reinforcement. If you're just in a regular home, bullets can go through walls very easily. So this way is a field and that way is a field for me. So in your home, have a room that you're going to do your dry fire practice in, and which walls are safe. That one is safe for me and that one is safe. So that's where I'll put my pasters or my targets. And I know beyond that, if something was to happen, nothing is beyond that's going to get, there's nobody there that'll get injured or property damage, because as firearms carriers, EDC carriers, self-defenders, safety is paramount. And we're here to protect innocent people. I don't think I could live with myself if my actions caused an innocent person to be injured. I don't think you could live with that either. So take these rules seriously. Whether you're a beginner, whether you're an intermediate or an experienced shooter, we always have these rules in our head and we always follow them. If you do that, like Colonel Jeff Cooper said, if you follow all 4 firearm safety rules, you won't have to worry about a negligent discharge. Now, some people will say, people make mistakes. No, you don't have to make a mistake. Follow those safety rules, follow them diligently, burn them into your brain, and you have to violate more than 1, usually 2 or 3, for a negligent discharge to happen and for someone to get injured or something to get damaged. So no, you don't have to make a mistake. Okay, maybe they do happen, but it's not an excuse. Okay, following those 4 rules, let's do a couple of reps of dry fire. Like I'm coming out of my holster to first shot. I'm going to come out, finger off the trigger, That's a safe direction, so my muzzle's always going to be in a safe direction, and I know my target and what's beyond it. Okay, notice when I come out of my holster, fingers off the trigger guard till I come up, off the trigger until I come up, and then it goes on. Doing that slowly, you'll see. I'm going to do it in this direction. I come out, finger off till I come up, and then it goes onto the trigger. One more time. Notice that trigger finger didn't go on the trigger until my gun was up flat, going toward the target and on target. All right, so those are the 4 firearm safety rules. I want to leave a link in the description to John Lovell, Warrior Poet Society. He's much more comfortable in front of a camera than I am, and he did a video on the 4 firearm safety rules. He does a great job at this, and he's out on the range and actually shows how he applies the firearm safety rules. So go check that out. Link in the description to Warrior Poet Society, 4 firearm safety rules. Please learn these, follow them, burn them into your brain. We want no negligent discharges. We want good, safe, diligent, everyday carriers. Okay, till the next video, be good citizens and train.
Let the combat begin! To the death!